Awesome. Well, welcome. Florida has a special year round environment for the entire sports industry. Uh, Florida's sports industry creates over $57.4 billion in economic impact for the Sunshine State, provides over 580,000 jobs for its citizens, and attracts over 16 million out of state visitors each year, all of which deservingly make Florida where the world comes to play. Today, we invite you to visit and enjoy some of the best sporting events and world class competitions and the active lifestyle opportunities of our great state. We are the third largest state in the United States of America, and the Florida Sports Foundation is a not for profit corporation and is the official sports promotion and development organization for the state of Florida. We are charged with the promotion and development of professional, amateur, recreational, and leisure sporting and physical fitness opportunities that produce a thriving Florida sports industry and promote our unique opportunities. As of the 1920 fiscal year, we have 41 industry partners, 37 sports commissions, CVBs, TDCs, and DMOs, 3 service partners, 1 rights holder. And again, that is of the 2019-2020 fiscal year. We're in the process of onboarding a new sports partner, and our goal is to continue to grow our partnerships throughout our state, again, as we invite the world to come play in Florida. Together with Matt Ratner of the Greater Miami Sports Commission, the Florida Sports Foundation actively participated in Host City in 2019. Florida is not only famous for our beautiful sunshine, our beach shores and lifestyles, but we are also a destination that actively seeks many diverse sporting events. Today, I am honored to be joined by 2 of our amazing industry partners, and that is Jose Sotolongo from the Greater Miami Sports Commission, and of course, Jason Siegel from the Greater Orlando Sports. And so now I will turn it over to Jose, who will share more information with us today about what's going on in Greater Miami. Jose?
Thank you so very much, Angela. You know, we're very very fortunate to live where we live here in the state of Florida. We are, as you mentioned, a year-round sports destination, and college sports in the United States is unlike any other location in the world for the most part. And you always look at all the college rosters, and regardless of the sport, be it American football, be it soccer, be it basketball, and you always see incredible amounts of students playing in universities that come from Florida. And I often get asked that question as to why that is. And I simply give the answer that, these kids, while folks up north in the northern part of the U.S. are struggling with snow and ice this time of year, down here in the beautiful Sunshine State, there's a reason why we're called the Sunshine State. We really are sunny. Right now I'm looking out my 27th floor window here, and I don't see a cloud anywhere between me and the horizon up about 20 miles away. So it really is an incredible place to come and play and be able to take advantage of it year round. So much so, I'm going to give everybody a little bit of taste of what we have here in Miami. We are, as Angela said, our state is the 3rd largest state in the union. We are in Miami-Dade County. We have about 2.8 million residents. That is the largest county in the state of Florida. And such is that we have a lot of the sporting events that do come to Florida do come down here to Miami. Now, one of the things that we are known for is our diversity and our international appeal. We jokingly say that the great thing about Miami is that we're actually so close to the United States. 63% of our residents are either born or have come from locations outside of the U.S. So it's quite a diverse population. Most probably the most diverse in the United States, aside from probably New York City. The last World Cup in 2018, the New York City and Miami were the only two locations in the United States that had permanent residents from every single one of the countries playing in the World Cup in Sochi. So that just plays to the, everybody thinks that we're just, mostly from Latin America. And while we are mostly from Latin America, we do have residents here from all over Europe, from all the continents on our planet. So we're very diverse. That being said, historically, our biggest event that we've hosted so far has to be the Super Bowl. We just hosted the NFL Super Bowl here last February. We snuck it in, thank goodness, just before all the COVID lockdowns began, and it produced an economic impact for our community of $532 million. Now, if you think about that, that was in 1 week. Add to that, you can't even calculate the number of impressions that we had from all the media that was based right on Miami Beach, right on the sands of the beach, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. And those beauty shots, as you know, it was quite warm here. Everybody in short sleeve shirts, shorts, flip flops, walking around the beach, while everybody in the northern part of the country was freezing. And we had so much media here that, jokingly, I tell people that we had so much media here that if they put another camera on the shores of Miami Beach, I believe that the Miami Beach would have fallen into the ocean. It would have sunk just because of the amount of people that were there. But we hosted our 11th Super Bowl last year. It was the most $532 million, was the highest grossing Super Bowl in NFL history. It was Super Bowl 54. We've hosted a number of incredible events here in Miami, not to mention the highest grossing soccer match ever played back in 2017, where we hosted El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid here at Hard Rock Stadium. Tickets were selling, I believe that the least expensive ticket was $335 in the last two rows of the upper deck. And the entire thing sold out in a matter of hours. We had visitors from 53 different nations, and 49 of our 50 states here in the United States came to watch that match. It was incredibly successsul. Other events that we've hosted that are primarily international events. We were the first site for the Longines Global Champions Tour to come over to this side of the world. They came here to Miami Beach for the first time back in 2016. It being an Olympic year, it was highly successful, and they've kept coming back. It's been wonderful because you have all these beautiful horses show jumping on Miami Beach, right on the sand, and it is when you think of Miami and that event, it fits so perfectly because it's like we like to say, it's so Miami to have an event such as that on our shores. Obviously, we have hosted many sporting events that are not typical for the U.S. market, that are more in line with our Latin American partners. Paddle tennis is one that we've hosted. Foot volley is obviously another one that we've hosted, that being very popular down in Brazil. And as I believe the rumor has leaked out, I cannot confirm it, wink, wink, that Formula One is looking to hopefully bring a race here to Miami in the not too distant future. So we're excited about that. We know that it's going to be another feather in our cap. But if you also think about it, you look at some of the other events that we host that are annual events that have an incredible international appeal. The Miami Open tennis tournament presented by Itaú Bank from Brazil is an extremely popular event, raises almost $400 million year in and year out for our community, for our hotels. It goes from mid-March to early April normally. Sadly, we had to cancel that last year because of COVID. And another event that, believe it or not, is 63% of the runners that come to the Miami Marathon come from Latin America and from Europe. So 63% of 22,000 runners are coming in from out of town in late January, which is our peak season. And they're staying in hotels. They're staying here for on the average of about 4 to 5 nights. So it's an incredible economic impact that it brings to our community. Now, you might be wondering, why are all these events, and how are they getting there? Well, Miami's the only airport. Miami International is the only airport that has service from over 100 airlines. The only airport in the United States with service from over 100 airlines. We have direct service, obviously, from all over Europe, Eastern Europe as well, from Poland. We have direct service from the Middle East, from Qatar and from Israel. We also have direct service from Africa on Air Morocco. And hopefully by the World Cup in 2026, we will have direct service from China and the Far East, because by that time, hopefully, there'll be the equipment will be ready to be able to fly nonstop from China or from the Far East, from Asia to Miami nonstop. We're looking forward to having that and opening up and rounding off all of our markets here in Miami. Now, I mentioned the Miami Open. And that obviously is an event that is very well attended from folks in Latin America, so much so that the main sponsor, the title sponsor for the event, is a Brazilian bank. It's not even based here in Florida. They're based in Brazil. Why do they do that? Because we have a huge international market here. Brickell Avenue, which is our Wall Street, if you would, that's our financial district. And you walk up and down that street and it's got banks from every country pretty much in Latin America, as well as from all over Europe. So we have become, in a very, very short time. I remember growing up, I was born and raised here in Miami, and I remember when we hit 1 million residents, and that was about 50 years ago. And now we're at 2.8 million, of which the vast majority are from somewhere else, which makes us an incredibly international city. We are here to be able to welcome anybody from anywhere in your language. Our website, Greater Miami Convention Visitors Bureau website, which is miamiandbeaches.com, is translated into many languages, and we just got the email today that's also translated now into Haitian Creole, since we have so many folks from the beautiful country living here in Miami and having family come over. But our website is translated into Russian, into Chinese, into Spanish, into French, into German, and pretty much every other major language worldwide. So we take a lot of pride in that. And we take a lot of pride in working with our other partners here in the state of Florida, obviously working with Angela and her incredibly incredible staff. They are our right hand. They help us in every which way that they can to make not just Miami look great, but obviously the state of Florida. And also as is joining us here on this call is my very dear friend Jason Siegel from Orlando. And Jason and I were talking yesterday, and we were in complete agreement that while we have this brotherly competition, if you will, that we want to one up each other. But at the end of the day, we all know that our number one goal is to make the state of Florida, have a great economic impact from sports. And like Jason and I said, a rising tide raises all ships. So whatever we can do to help our partners and the rest of the state, we try to do, and I know they try to help us as well. So that, in a very short 5-minute speech, I hope I was able to convey what we're ready for here in Miami, what we're looking for, and how we can work together. Thank you very much, Angela, for giving us the time.
Thank you so much, Jose. And Jason, why don't you jump right in and tell us all about Orlando?
I'm happy to. Thank you for the opportunity to join the group this morning. And Angela, appreciate you, and Jose, of course, appreciate your kind words as we get started in our session today. Orlando is, the United States vacation destination. We welcome 75 million visitors, over 50 million travelers through our airports, to our 125,000 hotel rooms here in Orlando. Of course, bolstered by our tourism economy, our theme parks with Disney, Universal, and SeaWorld here within our footprint in Orlando. Beaches not very far away, an hour to the east and an hour to the west. And of course, hopefully very soon, high-speed rail, of course, from Orlando down to Miami, so that folks can visit both destinations when they're traveling internationally. Looking at the most current numbers, both Miami and Orlando are in the top 4 in the United States for international travel. Only New York and Los Angeles see more visitation. Here in Orlando, international travel, travelers visit mostly the highest percentage from the UK, from Canada, and from Brazil. And we've experienced incredible growth, and certainly over the last 7, 8, 9 years. And of course, we're in a completely new environment right now, and we've had to pivot due to the pandemic, which has affected all of us globally. So we are very proud of our collective community. We have a very collaborative community. There were probably only about 100 sports commissions in the United States 10 years ago, and there's over 600 of them now. And in Central Florida, in the greater Orlando region, we're still one of the few regional commissions that are still doing business. We represent 4 counties: Lake County, Osceola, Seminole, and Orange County with over 1.5 million residents, and of course the city of Orlando. And with that, we represent over 30 venues in our marketplace. So we have a tremendous amount of versatility. We host a wide range of sporting events in our community. Jose mentioned today the high in Orlando will be about 17, 18, 19 Celsius. And that always bodes well for having outdoor activity in the middle of the winter. But we focus here on NCAA business. We focus on esports business, of course, amateur business. We have quite a bit of major league business that comes our way. And of course, working with all the national governing bodies of Olympic sport, both here in the United States and of course internationally as well. We've been very fortunate in that we will be hosting what we believe for the state of Florida, maybe one of the largest humanitarian efforts in the state's history, when over 4,000 Special Olympians will descend upon Orlando in the summer of 2022 for the Special Olympics USA Games. A terrific feature that you can check out. A young man named Chris Nikic, who most recently completed an Ironman triathlon. He's a Special Olympian, and he has Down syndrome. It's a wonderful story, and encourage everybody to look up that story and read about Chris. But the Special Olympics Games will be coming. Of course, we have the completion in just a few days from now of the Champions League, CONCACAF Champions League, those final stages, which will be held here at Exploria Stadium in downtown Orlando. Mentioned the NCAA. We have 17 national championships coming to our marketplace from 22 to 26. WWE just spent an unprecedented 119 days at our Amway Center. They filmed WrestleMania and SummerSlam and 4 months worth of production in our Amway Center. So it was nice to have our good partners from WWE. They've done now 3 WrestleManias here in Orlando. Of course, the World Cup pursuit, which I'm sure we'll touch on, today. But of course, with Miami, Orlando, of course, pursuing World Cup in 2026, as FIFA has the daunting task of selecting 10 cities in the United States out of the 17 candidate cities that still remain. We're going to welcome the International Water Ski Federation here for their World Championships on their 75th anniversary here next fall. And of course, the legacy of our good partners at the ESPN Wild World of Sports, who just recently completed the MLS is Back tournament in the middle of the summer. And of course, the completion of the NBA regular season capped off with LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers capturing the NBA championship here in Orlando during the NBA Finals. So an awful lot going on in our community. We're very proud of our market is growing. Prior to COVID, 1,500 individuals a week into our marketplace. And even despite the effects of COVID, as we continue to work to move forward in a safe manner, we've been fortunate to navigate and through that and host golf and fishing. The LPGA was here, AAU basketball, Orlando City Soccer, of course, had a nice playoff run, and we hosted games in their stadium, and our college football and basketball. Here, UCF is the second largest number of students on campus, and their football and basketball teams have resumed action with fans attending games as well. So we've got an inclusive and diverse and wonderfully collaborative community. We have tremendous elected official support and leadership within our community, and a wonderful partnership between the private and public sector we're blessed with so many wonderful assets, and we are thankful to not only have that leadership at the local and regional level, but through this pandemic, having a governor like Governor DeSantis, who's been very bullish on moving forward and keeping our economy moving, has proved to be a wonderful opportunity for us to continue to have our student athletes participate in our community, and now with, to some degree, the return of fans into the stands, with everybody's hopes and aspirations of a swift process as vaccinations start to take place. So we're very encouraged. We're very mindful of the challenges that face us here in our community, but at the same time, we're very excited about the prospects of what the future holds as we continue to expand our infrastructure, build upon all the successes that we've had as a community, and continue to march on. So appreciate, Angela, the invitation, and hopefully that does the question justice.
Thank you so much, Jason, and thank you, Jose. We have a few questions, a couple of questions. The first question that we have is, the U.S. has the world's biggest domestic sports events industry. So why the increased focus on international events? What do they bring to your communities and to your economies? And so we'll continue with you, Jason, and have you to answer that first. And then we'd like to come over to you for an answer from Miami as well. Jason?
It's a great question, and we are, in our strategic plans, we are going to double and maybe even triple down on the opportunities that will be available on an international scale. We have a very diverse population. There's a demand and an interest from our community to bring more and different opportunities into the community, and we're going to respond to that request, need, expectation as we move forward. Of course, you have Olympics coming in 2028 to Los Angeles. You have a number of tremendous events that are going to take place on U.S. soil. The lead of which is the 2026 FIFA World Cup. So with all that enhanced attention and an environment which we feel with the infrastructures that are in place, with the stadiums that are in place, in Orlando, of course, with the experience, a life enthusiast who is going to travel and is looking to have those worldly experiences and get a real sense of Florida and, of course, the United States. We think that there's an opportunity, in addition to the economic impact that it's going to drive for our community, but certainly our tourism partners in lockstep with our behavior as a business development agency are very bullish on our opportunities when it comes to international visitation.
Thank you so much.
Jason's 100% right on that, Angel. I'm sorry I stepped on you right there. I do apologize. Jason's 100% right. I mean, the way that we look at it is it enhances, it's twofold. It enhances our citizens' quality of life here by bringing international events. We have, like I said, 63% of our population is from outside of Miami, most of them being from either Europe or from Latin America. So we bring sports that are specific sometimes to those areas. And I mentioned earlier foot volley. I mentioned earlier paddle tennis. Those sports do not register in the Midwest, let's say in Kansas City or in Oklahoma. Those sports don't. But in a community as Miami and also as Orlando, that has an incredible amount of diversity, it makes sense to host those here. So number one, our residents feel that they can continue following and enjoying and participating in sports that they are used to. And obviously the second part of that, and as is well known, the international traveler is going to be able to stay a little longer than the domestic, and he's going to spend a few more dollars than the domestic traveler. So for every international guest that comes in to follow an event, a sporting event, like I said earlier, Miami Open tennis, the World Cup in 2026. Case in point, right now we are hosting here in Miami this weekend the PGA Latino America Tour, which is kicking off here in Miami, and then coming back in about 6 months in June to finish off at Trump Doral at the golf courses there. So, you think about it, Latino America, Miami is part of the U.S., but we are so internationally known that these tours do start, and in this case with the PGA Latin America, it's going to start and finish here in Miami. So for us, it makes an incredible amount of sense, not just because of our population and because of the accessibility that Miami has to the rest of the world, but it makes sense because, as I said, economically, the international tourist is going to spend a higher amount of money and a higher per capita per them. So it makes sense for us on all angles.
Awesome. Well, again, we have so much to share. And the second question that speaks about what does Florida have to offer sports fans that are vulnerable and have not been out of their homes for some months during this pandemic? Any plans for international safe corridors with key markets like the UK, Spain, Mexico, and Brazil? And as we close this session and are at our time limit, I will ask for a brief sentence, just one or so, if you can, Jason and Jose, to close us out on inviting the world into Florida as we walk back into a safe space.
Well, I'll go ahead and start on. Thanks, Jason. The Hard Rock Stadium, where the Miami Dolphins play, the University of Miami plays, and where obviously most of our major sporting events happen. They were the first stadium in the United States to get the GBAC accreditation for cleanliness, and the way that they are able to make sure that all the surfaces are wiped down, that fans are socially distanced. They've been playing football there for all season, and capping the capacity to 16,000 has worked phenomenally well. So we're very confident that we'll be able to provide a safe environment for everybody.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Yeah, with 75 million visitors in 2018, our community is uniquely situated, aligned, and behaving in a safe manner in which we certainly believe, with our collaborative environment, in lockstep, airports, hoteliers, theme parks, government officials, that we will provide an incredible experience, that incredible experience that you come to expect, especially when you come to visit Mickey, Harry, and our good friends at SeaWorld. So we always have been welcoming the world, and we can't wait to welcome the world back to our tourism community, all the wonderful assets that we have, and fingers crossed they'll be here for matches during 2026 FIFA World Cup.
Absolutely. And thank you, Jose, and joining me today as we have shared with everyone the great opportunities and the diverse opportunities that exist here in our great state. And so on behalf of our Governor Ron DeSantis, who has been very supportive of sports throughout his entire administration, Jason and Jose and I would like to thank everyone for taking the time to attend this session. A special thanks to Adam and Ben for your entire team for putting this amazing virtual conference together. And we look forward to welcoming you all to the Florida Sports Summit in May 2021. And with that, we will close our session, hoping that you will all make plans to come play in Florida in 2021 and beyond. Thank you so much and have a great day.